I decided that I'm keeping the baby.
Oh, so you didn't go through with the procedure, whatever you want to call it.
No, we drove 6 hours to New York, ate the sandwiches that you packed us, and then drove 6 hours back. Because I didn't do it.
Well, I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't surprised. This is a big surprise for me.
You're allowed to show that you're happy. It's okay. Not gonna get offended or anything.
I'm excited. Yes, very excited. But I don't want to come off like that to you because I know that the decision that you made probably was not easy for you, and I don't want to be influential or you know. Right now, this reaction is something you're going to remember. So I'd rather you remember me poised.
I don't know why I kept the baby after what I felt, but I knew that in the moment that was what I wanted to do.
Well, obviously, it matters what's going on with you inside. But I want to make sure that you're not going to be resentful for the next 9 months. And I want to make sure that this is something that you really want. Because remember, at the end of the 9 months, you're going to have a baby. And unlike when I had Joey, I wouldn't want you to first hold that baby and feel like you weren't ready.
No, I won't be resentful.
I also want to make sure that you're going through with this pregnancy for you, and not because your brother said some nice things to you, or you know how I feel about extra grandkids. I want to make sure that this is something that you want.
Yeah. Doing this for me.
I don't mean to say anything bad about her, but I do think Miranda's one of those girls that just stays with a bad guy forever because she's too insecure to move on and she doesn't think that she can do any better.
That's not true. I think when she left Joey, she did try to look for decent people. Brian, as much as I didn't like him, was a step up from Joey, I would say. He wasn't as toxic.
Brian was not. He was like a potato.
Wish I had acted better, maybe a little less hands-on when Joey came back in the picture, because now I just feel like she's not telling me anything and she's sneaking behind my back with him. So, he's in prison, yet I still feel like she's in contact with him.
Yeah, she probably is sneaking around. Or I wouldn't be surprised if Joey went into jail for like a couple days already and she already moved on to another man. I bet it's another man. That's why she's not telling you.
No, I think she's too preoccupied with work to start over and start dating again. Plus, the day that everything happened with Joey in prison, she was gone the next day. And she did that behind my back. So it's too... The dates match up.
Yeah, no, it's probably what you think. It's probably a coincidence, but... for her to hire the nanny overtime or whatever, she probably went on a date and she just doesn't want to tell you about it. So I don't think she's that stupid to watch everything Joey did to her and then go back to him and visit him in prison.
I don't know. It's really hard to tell right now because when she got out of the hospital, Joey was very different with her. And I don't know if all of that stuff negated everything that she watched on the screen.
But I really think that she's dating someone new already. I bet I can put money on it. Because she's also the type of person that once she leaves a relationship, she's too insecure to be by herself. She can't be alone. You see me, I called off my engagement. You don't see me talking to new people. I'm not going to talk to people right away. But she bounces from man to man. Remember the first time she broke up with Joey? She had 6 boyfriends.
Miranda, I don't remember Junior having this. Where did he get this? Oh, what, the baby shark? Joey sent it. And don't ask me how he sent it while he's in prison. I don't know. But he sent it. Oh, okay. Go ahead. You're upset that he sent him a toy. You want me to throw it out, burn it, and throw it out the window, right? I don't mean to break the fourth wall. Did I say anything? Did I say anything like that to you? I did not say that. Okay, because I'm not going to throw out a toy that he sends him. Why didn't he just give it to you when you visited him in prison? Because I know that's what you did. And there it is. I'm not feeding into it, but I will say this, and I'm not defending Joey in any way. I just want to point this out. You and everyone else are very quick to critique the things that he does wrong, but he never gets his flowers for doing anything right. There are plenty of things that he's better at you at when it comes to Junior, and you don't acknowledge any of that stuff. You just pick apart the little things that he does wrong. And what does this man do better than I do when it comes to my grandchild? Because 75% of the time he's not even around, or he hasn't been around. Of course, your amnesia doesn't remember that. It only remembers the good old times. But I was here when he wasn't around to do things. So what is it that he does better than me? He's literally the only one that can get Junior to brush his teeth without making it look like an octopus has to hold him down. You can't do it. You've failed several times. But Joey can brush his teeth, but you don't ever say anything nice about him. No one does. Wow, okay. So are you just saying this to be hurtful? Are you saying it to rub it in my face? Or do you just feel like defending this man now? Because that's not helping your case when it comes to me thinking that you just forgive him for everything. It's because everyone always has something to say. Everyone always has advice for me. Cut this person off, this and that, throw out a toy. God is my witness. I never said throw out the stupid fish. Never said it once. But you were thinking it. We all know you were thinking it, okay? It's like you don't have to say things anymore. We know what you're thinking. Gabby, now that you decided to keep the baby, I'm only going to bring this up once in your pregnancy. I'm not going to badger you about it for the next 9 months. But it's an important thing that I need to get out of the way. And I know it's a touchy thing for you already for whatever reason, which is why I just want to clear it up. The baby's father, what are we... You know who he is, right? I know who the baby's father is, I do. Okay, that's great, because I don't want to go down the paternity test route ever again with one of my kids. So you're 100% certain you know? Yes, Mom. I'm 100% certain. You don't have to worry about paternity tests or anything like that. Okay, my next question, because I don't want to have to ask these things in the 3rd trimester or while we're packing a to-go bag for the hospital. What are we doing about the baby's father? Because you are bringing a life into this world. And if you can't tell from my daughter-in-law, your best friend, things can get really messy with a baby daddy. And I don't want that for you. So what's the situation with that? Well, I really don't have any feelings towards the man. It was kind of like a one-off type of thing, and I don't really want to be raising a child with him. You understand how that can be problematic, because you run the risk of him finding out that he has a child. You then run the risk of that man wanting to be a part of that child's life. These are just all things that have been in Miranda's life as a plague, and I don't want that for you. Honestly, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but if there's going to be a tricky baby daddy situation, or it's going to cause problems for you at all, then maybe you're better off not having the baby. Well, I genuinely never thought I would hear you say that. Because Gabby, I know you know this, and it's one of the reasons why you didn't want to have a child. But having a baby can bring with it a lot of drama, and we don't need more of that. I may get along with my former daughter-in-law, but I don't want you to emulate her. I don't want you to be anything like her, and I don't want your life to look anything like hers. Even though I love being a grandmother, I am very proud of your independence and not needing to rely on a man or a baby or anything for your identity. I've learned from you.
So I don't want you to become that struggling single mother that Miranda is, because it's trashy. Okay? Your silence, I'm sorry if I pushed or said anything to offend you. I just want to make sure that you're doing this for the right reasons. And when it comes to the baby's father, why on earth did this happen if you didn't want this man to potentially... It was an accident, Mom. Believe me, it wasn't planned. I was on birth control. We took precaution, trust me. I'm not blaming you, please don't mistake it for that. I guess I'm just hitting a realization that I don't want to be a grandmother again at the cost of your life. I don't want you to be at the mercy of a man taking you to court, or you having to take off work to do family court stuff and child support payments, and I don't want that for you. I want to be a grandmother again if it means you have a happy life with a man. And you're happy to be in that relationship and you want him to be around your kid. I don't want the circumstances that you have right now. So as the mother who is dying for more grandkids, who really wanted to be a grandma again and have a second chance, and you were pretty depressed during the holidays by not getting to see your grandson, you're telling me right now that you would rather me discontinue my pregnancy than be a single mom and deal with a baby daddy problem and stuff like that. You're really telling me that. Maybe I am. Call it a moment of growth. But I've seen Miranda's life. I've seen my life. I've known plenty of women who have had to be a single mom and give things up that meant things to them. And I don't want you to have to sacrifice your reading Edgar Allan Poe time or not give 100% to your art gallery job. Frankly, I don't want you to lose yourself. So yes, at this time I don't think it's wise for you to have a child. When you know what true love is, and when there's a man that can actually be that second half to you, then those are better circumstances. Well, I think you might have to come to terms with the realization that I may never be in a happy relationship because it's not something that I'm looking for. Honestly, I'd be happier with a kid than a husband. So you might have to face the facts that I may not have any of that, and I may be reading Edgar Allan Poe and working at an art gallery for as long as it makes me happy, which could be forever. And that's fine. Having a daughter that cares about me and vice versa is enough for me right now. See, you think I'm crazy and you think I'm wrong, but if I'm right about this is unacceptable. I had to send Gina money, right? So she had me install this Serafina Town money thing on my phone. And I noticed, because you're my contact, that you were sending money to someone. And you sent Joey $150 twice, both on a Friday. Are you telling me that you're sending him back his child support money? Alright, Mom, let's not make a big deal out of this, please. Joey pretty much has been in Junior's life for the last couple of weeks. After work, he has come here and he has watched Junior. He's played with Junior. He's contributed. There was no reason for him to give me child support. So I gave him the money back. Did you not watch the episodes where you had the fight for child support? Where you had... I watched everything. Everything. Remember, it was like 9 hours I sat here and watched everything until my eyes bled. After all of that, after meeting with the lawyers, after this man asked for receipts for your child support and accused you of buying a TV with it, how dare you send him the money back? How about we talk about how you're sending money to my sister? Why are you sending her money? No, you're not going to do this. That's one thing Brian brought up about you to me. The eye for an eye thing. Whenever you're in trouble, whenever anyone has a critique of you, you spin it right back on them and say, but you do this. We're not doing that right now. This isn't about me and Gina. This is about you and your child support. What is wrong with you? Hey, Mom, you're blowing this way out of proportion. I was just doing the logical thing. There's no reason for him to be giving me money when he's legitimately with the kid. He was for the last couple weeks, okay? He's not here anymore. But for those weeks, I didn't feel justified in taking the money from him. So why am I going to do that? You're taking money from this man because you went to court and had a court order establish child support payments that tell you what he's supposed to pay. I don't care that he's in jail and not earning a living. It's not about that. Am I right? Is that family court letter that you got in the mail, is that about giving up the child support for him? Is it about giving up the custody agreement? Are you throwing all of this stuff out? Because if you're sending him money and you're sending him his child support back, that's definitely what you're doing, isn't it? After all the gossiping that you do about me, how you spread my business and how you've done it for years to my mother-in-law, I'm not telling you anything. Well, you are gonna tell me right now, as your mom. Mom, stop. Life doesn't need to be like this. You're getting way too worked up. You're making this way too dramatic. I've watched everything, okay? Everything you wanted me to watch, I watched, but I also read comments. And yeah, there's a lot of people that don't agree with me, that don't whatever. But there's one comment that I like, that I see on occasion. Miranda's mom needs to butt out. Kristen needs to butt out. Hey, Mom. Thank you for coming with me. I really appreciate it. Of course. Miranda had already traveled 6 hours with you. You shouldn't have gone here alone, so it's fine. Yeah, but I know, you made peace with this, but I also know this is probably really hard for you. Well, I know you may find it hard to believe, but I really, truly did make peace with it this time. I feel like a good mother, stopping you from possibly ruining your life. It's just the baby daddy stuff, Like, I want you to be in a good place. Okay? I love you, Mom. I love you too, sweetie.
Gabby Riley?
Coming. You have no idea how long I looked for a psychic that could do house calls, so I'm grateful for your service, but I'm not looking for too much today in terms of insights on the future. I'm more concerned about my daughter and if she will ever settle down, be happy, and then have a child, Yeah, okay. So I see your daughter here. I see your daughter dying giving birth. I see her dying giving birth. I'm sorry, what? Yeah, I know it's grim. I know you don't want to hear something like this, but I see your daughter. You said her name's Gabby, right? She dies giving birth to her baby. Are you talking about the pregnancy that just passed? Because I failed to mention that, you're a psychic, so you should know this, I guess, but I failed to mention that she just discontinued a pregnancy. So maybe you're seeing that. Maybe we stopped something catastrophic from happening. No. It's a future pregnancy. And she takes baby to term. 9 months, everything's good. And then she dies giving birth. Are you sure about that? Yeah. 100% sure. I know you don't want to hear that, but that's what I see. Do you have a time frame on when she's gonna get pregnant again, or if she meets someone? That's all you can give me on that, right? I'm a psychic, not a scheduler. We don't get specific times like that.
We just see things.
And what happens to the baby?
It's fuzzy. Seems like baby makes it. Like I said, everything's good with the pregnancy. Think baby's fine. Mom doesn't make it though. Your daughter doesn't make it. Future pregnancy, that's all I know.
What do you see for my daughter-in-law? Former daughter-in-law, Miranda. What do you see for her?